Yo, yo, yo.
What's goody?
Yeah, I sound valid though, right? I don't sound crazy.
Nah, not yet.
Sound like it was echoing just now, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all niggas is baiting me. Like, yeah, niggas say you good. Like, yeah.
Nigga doing double dutch.
Yo, chat, man. Put a one, man. If I sound valid, man. Put a two if I sound like trash. Like, I got them cheap skull candy microphones and shit like that. Like niggas be buying from the 99-cent store.
Five below.
Facts. So it's goody with y'all, man. How y'all day was?
Long, regular house duty shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next person, man. I'm going through a stressful time. Homeowning is stressful, though. I'll let y'all know, man.
It sound like it, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
I feel you. I feel your pain.
What about you, Ace? You was at any fucking parties that you ain't invite us to this weekend?
Nah, I kept it quiet this weekend, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Nigga said kept it quiet, not told us about it and still pulled up to the
That's
shit.
a fact, like, yeah.
Yo,
and they gonna say, I told y'all about that 6 months ago.
I can't say that no more. I told y'all about this shit. I ain't want to pull up, so that's y'all fault.
Yeah. Yo, it's goody, Chris. We put a one in the chat. It means I'm valid out here, you know what I mean? Got Donnie. I see you in here, Donnie.
Somebody say y'all good. I mean, you good.
Lisa, what's good, Lisa? See what Kiera. I see Kiera up in here. Let me see who else we got. King Confidence. I see you in here, my guy. I know
King Confidence.
Oh, Lady Nova in here. I know she in here. You know what I mean? Showing us love. So
got boy Rashad in the building.
Oh, Rashad in the building. Yo, shout out to Rashad, man. Yo, make sure you hit that like button on the way in, man. We gonna get into this, man, because shit, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all seen the title. We gotta talk about this. Do black Americans got culture? I'm tired of hearing this that black Americans do not have culture, man. We gotta get into it, man. Like, I'm gonna put the link in here for y'all so y'all could, join the live with us and give y'all ones and twos. But I mean, you already know how we feel about this topic, man. It's just where y'all think people get this from, though. That's what I'm trying to understand.
That is a good question. I don't know. I think
really and truly, bro, it's the Caribbean people that feel like we're not using our opportunity as Americans to be successful and stuff like that.
Because African people say that too. We ain't got no culture.
Okay, non-American black people would say, "Oh, you guys have so much opportunity out here." You know what I'm saying? They just feel like it's just like you walk in America, you got all the opportunities in the world, and we're just not taking advantage of it as Black Americans.
I think because American culture is so different from the rest of the. Well, I mean, it was so different from the rest of the world. Like they live, the way they live is totally different from how we live. So it's like, I guess to them it's not culture, but when you really sit back and look at it, I mean, you really take in the facts. It's not only culture; it's very influential at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of our culture is so unique, and it doesn't necessarily follow the same rubric as everybody else's culture. So people are looking at it like, oh well, you guys are not following the rubric like word by word, like you know what I mean. But when I think of culture, I think of like I said in the video, several aspects as far as art, music, language, dance, all of those things. I can specifically say that Black Americans have invented and created something that's unique, that's outside of the Caribbeans or the Africans, etc. So when I hear people say, especially non-Black Americans, say that, it just sounds crazy to me. Like it's just like, how could you fix your lips to say that and try to belittle everything that Black Americans have done for the culture in general? Like if we don't have culture, why is everybody feel the need to copy everything we do then? You know what I mean? Like, so like we don't got culture. Like you could literally go anywhere in the world and see some type of influence as far as American culture, Black American culture. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, man. It's just,
we got a super chat in there early from J Joe 4040. Said foundational Black Americans created everything that everyone likes about American culture, from music to food to inventions like the refrigerator.
I mean, that's true. That's true, man. And you know, there's obviously parts, there's, you know, bad things that you could take from Black American culture and, you know, be like, oh, well, y'all do this, that, and the third, like whatever the case is. Like, you know, whether you could say twerking is, you know, came from African culture and the tribes over there, but the way that, you know, we twerk in America is clearly different. Well, I'm talking about black women. Like, yo, cut it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's clearly different from obviously what they did, you know, more traditionally in Africa and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, even how the dances that we created, you know, is specifically unique to Black Americans. Like, you get what I'm saying? So,
I see this comment right here from a normal man. He said, "Gang banging is y'all culture."
yeah, I can't even say that's our culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we might have popularized it. You know what I mean? Or made it.
Yo, it's been gangs from the beginning of
It's
time.
gangs everywhere you go. Like, you can't, you know what I mean?
Gangs and dinosaurs, it's meat eaters. What are you talking about, bro?
If they want to point specifically to Bloods and Crips, then we might take blame for that.
What about a bad man? A whole gang of them. What are you talking about?
True.
Yeah,
well, I was telling
wasn't
Eli,
African? Aren't they like
day.
different tribes? People in Africa, aren't they like in different tribes in the same place? Like, don't they fight each other?
True. But I was telling Eli the other day, you know what I mean? Because when I was in Barbados, I seen like people wear red flags and hanging out their pocket and shit. So I'm like, yo, what's your flag mean? Like, what you mean I'm blood? And I'm like, what? Like, Bloods is in the Caribbean now? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, yo, who jumped you in this shit? I mean, it's crazy that, you know what I mean? Because I know, like, people on the West Coast, they be like, oh, niggas from New York ain't real Bloods. Now, I mean, real Bloods is in Cali or whatever. So imagine nigga from Cali go to the Caribbean and see that shit. He's like, what the fuck going on here? You feel me? But that just points to the influence of the films that we have. Not to say that it's a great influence, I mean, because obviously it's not a good one, but that just points to the influence that American culture got all over the world.
Yeah, but like I said, there's always parts. You could pick the negative parts. Like, if y'all want to associate gang culture and thug culture with Black Americans, you know, that's fair, but that's still a part of the culture. Like, it might be a negative aspect part of the culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So if you're only trying to look at the negative aspects and not think about all of the positive aspects we contributed, you know what I mean? Whether it's blues, rock and roll, jazz, hip hop, fucking pop, like all of that shit started with Black American culture. Like, you know what I mean? And even the whole thing, oh, it was a Jamaican who invented, you know, hip hop. Like, I can't say that because they've been rapping. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he was influenced by Black American culture. Like, even the breakbeats that he uses, Black American music. Like, you get what I'm saying? Kool Herc wasn't at parties DJing and playing reggae music. Like, you get what I'm saying? He was breaking beats off of Black American music, the James Browns of the world. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I can't even necessarily say that, because without the influence of Black American culture, there would be no hip hop. You get what I'm saying? So, you know,
like I said, niggas in the comments is funny, but from within said, why this topic? Why Eli? Why Eli? Jokes. Salute from within,
man. Why this topic? Because it's important, man. We tired of, you know, people trying to shit on the Black American culture.
You got answers for why Eli now? Okay.
Depending on what the question is, I might have to answer. Like,
yo, we got a super chat from Tony U. Shout out to you. He said, "What it do? It's your boy Tony U." Okay.
Oh, you just stole my shit.
Dailyrapupcrew, Eli. No book.
Book of, man. No book. Yo. I don't know what I mean. Clearly I gotta enunciate the word.
Yo, it's Eli. No book of, bro.
Yo, do y'all Googles right now? Book of Eli, man. Go look up.
I ain't gonna front. You are looking like Booker T. You got your braids down.
Yo, you really said Eli no booger though. That's funny. Yo, shout out to you though, Tony.
What's going on, King Confidence, man? What's up?
Yo, the champ is in the building, man. What's good, man?
You know, same old shit with you.
Hey, man, same old shit, man. Trying to maintain, stay out the way, you hear me? But let me say this first off, hashtag yeah, Eli. On that last culture versus culture, John, you held your nuts on that. You manned up, so you definitely redeemed yourself from the last one. You was going back and forth, you know. Shorty was testing you. You was jumping up to the edge of the seat and all that. I was like, yeah. So that's a new hashtag. Yeah, big muscles, man. Big muscles for a 5'5" guy, man. Jew, what it do, man? Hey, Ace, what's up? Did I come through? Where your fit at, man? Where your fit at? Did I come through?
It's on the way, man. It's on the way. You're a man of your word, bro. You're a man of your word.
Hey, my man, salute, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all because y'all show me love, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be real out here. But let me get to the topic, man. First of all, whoever wrote that shit about gangbanging, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Leave. Like Curve, man. That's some racist nonsense to just say that off the top. But let me say this, man. I go back to the book I told you about, man. This our culture come all the way from slavery, bro. Do we have culture? We are culture, bro. Who do it better than us? You know what I'm saying? We the most emulated and the most hated at the same time. You see what I'm saying? They respect us, they want to be us, but they can't stand us. And that's every race. They just figured out ways to get money better than us. That's the only difference. But cultural, as a cultural effect, I'm gonna say it like this, man. You know, I told you about the book, the memoirs of Willie Lynch, man. When he wrote in the books, man, never teach your slaves, you know what I'm saying, more than they should know. Give them too much knowledge, they're gonna overthrow you. See what I'm saying? So that's part of the process of what's killing our culture, is because, you know what I'm saying, all this technology is actually killing our ability to get out here and be knowledgeable. Y'all came up around the same time I came up, man. We was on typewriters, dictionaries in the library, man. We had no cell phones, bro. You couldn't ask Google what 2 times 2 is. You had to go find it out. You had to look at pull your multiplication chart out and do your numbers.
Quick, you know how much pressure there was to type on a typewriter? Because if you fucked up, like ain't no going back. Like,
you already know. You had to push that joint all the way to the end, take the paper out, roll it back in, bro.
You gotta start over.
That's why I tell so many youngsters now, man, like, y'all know what we been through growing up, man, and how hard we really had it, but it made us better because look at what we had to go through. It wasn't easy. So anything that's easy ain't good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing about our culture now, why it's in such turmoil and turbulence, because it's too easy, bro. You ain't got to work for nothing. You can get out here and get on, do what y'all doing. Do what I'm trying to do with the podcast and just talk on your phone. You an instant celebrity. You can, you know what I'm saying? Get on the news, make it on the news some type of way for doing something ignorant, and somebody be like, oh, that's Jew. Hey, Jew, what's up, bro? I see you. Ace, what's up, man? I know you. I seen you on the TV or the computer. It's too easy, bro. You ain't got to work for nothing no more. So, I mean, you know, it's a gift and a curse, our culture, man. It really is, because, I mean, we done so many great things, man, and did so many, you know what I'm saying, made so many milestones for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And now it's kind of like all our OGs, man, they got their money and they just sitting back watching us deflate, you know what I'm saying? Watching us, you know, demise as a culture, bro. But we are culture, you know what I'm saying? Even like they say with the R. Kelly, I was talking to my man, R. Kelly, where they handing the man years or whatever like that. Imagine if Elvis Presley was alive today. You think they'd go after Elvis like they did R. Kelly? You see what I'm saying?
I was just saying that the other day too.
But I was talking to a friend of mine who went to go see the Elvis movie, and he was like, in that movie, Elvis actually shouted out our culture and admitted that he stole a lot of what he did from us. You see what I'm saying? So that's cool if you want to accept it, but we've been knowing that. Go back to Chuck Berry and all of that, when they rock and roll, jazz, all of that they stole from us. So I ain't even gonna say stole it from us, because you know what? Just like Kanye say slavery was a choice, which was kind of foolish, which was kind of foolish to me. I'm gonna say it's kind of foolish, because I'm gonna put it like this: it was and it wasn't, because it's either die or it's either, you know what I'm saying, or get with the program. It's the same. It's the same in modern times now. If somebody walk up to you and put hands on you, you gonna defend yourself, or you gonna let them put hands on you? It's a choice, right? It's a choice. When you look at it, it's a choice. I'm not saying slavery was a choice. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
It's a losing decision, no matter what.
No. I'm just saying it kind of made sense from, if you think about it, as though, say we put up a fight. I mean, we would have died, but I mean, it would have been them against us. We would have took some casualties too. You see what I'm saying? We would have took some lives as well. It wouldn't have just been us if we fought. That's one thing about the civil rights era. When they was putting the dogs in the hoses, man, we was fighting back, bro. We was fighting back. That's a choice. You might have lost your life, but you stood for something. You fought for something. That's what's, you know what I'm saying? That's what's killing our culture now. We don't fight for nothing, yo. It's like we too busy following each other. We followers out here. Ain't no more leadership out here than me.
Yeah,
so that's what's killing.
I think the flaw, one of the flaws in our culture is that, you know, I was talking to one of my homeboys, and he was like, we don't own our culture. And I kind of understand, because even though we invent all of this shit, you know what I mean? We don't, like, look at all the record labels, like, you know, they all white owned, but they profit off of black culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? Look at the fashion industry. How many clothing brands black culture has made popular? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we never do any of this to our own culture. Fried chicken, you know, you can correlate that to black Americans. We popularized fried chicken, but look at Popeyes and KFC. They're owned by white people. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, even though we invent certain cultures or we popularize certain things, you know what I mean? Even the dap, the handshake and the dap, that's an American culture trait. You see everybody across the world doing handshake, doing daps. That came from black American culture. Like, we popularized that. Even the most infamous or the most famous word in the world, nigga, that came from black American culture. Whether you like it or dislike it, we made that word so popular.
We made a term of endearment. You right? Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. People in Africa, people in the Caribbean, they use that term frequently, but they didn't invent that term. They got that because of the black Americans, how we popularized that term. Like, you know what I mean? Whether for better or for worse. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's part of black American culture. So the movies that we have, you know what I mean? All black American culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I find it just absurd that people just be fixing their lips, especially people that look like us. You know what I mean? Like, it's the people that look like us is telling us that we don't have culture. You get that's crazy.
But see, you got to remember, like you said, KFC, the original recipe came from a black man, bro. Ain't no white man in that kitchen putting no chicken together like that, man. Ain't no other race in there doing that. But like I said, that come back to leadership, man. We don't have no more leadership out here. Everybody looking for a quick fix, man. This technology is a drug, bro. Everybody looking for their next high. Like, how many people looking at World Star and all that for positivity, even though it don't really have no positivity on it, or media takeout for positivity? None. Like, you don't even watch your news, yo. I know already, and why? Already know. Soon as you turn the news on, it's body after body over there. So, I mean, which is going on everywhere. But how many times you turn the news on and outside the weather? And now look, the weather ain't even that good no more. You might get 2 days, and then the next 4 days, it's a possibility of thunderstorms. You see what I'm saying? So it really ain't nothing that's positive out here anymore. To where as though it make people, it influence people to do it the right way, man. We don't have that influencer. When we say influencer now, it's for nonsense. It's for things that we shouldn't even be glorifying, bro. Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if imagine where FUBU would be right now, yo. If Sean John, Nietzsche, all them dudes, man, stepped in and was like, yo, let's collaborate with y'all, man. Let's get in here and share some ideas of how we can put our style with y'all style and make this bigger than Ralph Lauren, make it bigger than Hilfiger. You know what I'm saying? Make it bigger than Tom Ford, whatever. Imagine how FUBU, Dada, all that could have popped off. You see what I'm saying? But it's just the point of where is though, like I said, we so systematically messed up, man, where we just following whatever. Somebody put some ones on, put some J's on, everybody doing it. That's why I'm like, remember I told y'all back in the day, I didn't do that, yo. You couldn't come around me. We all dressed the same.
Even sneaker culture is popularized by black Americans, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we popularized that. We made it fashionable. We made it stylish. So like, it's a lot of things that you could contribute specifically to black American culture. So when people say we don't have culture, it's just, I don't get it. Like,
I mean, we have culture. My bad, you. We have culture, but it's minimalized, yo. To be real with y'all, even though we the most respected and feared race, man, we at the bottom of the totem pole. We the only ones that can't get it together, yo. We the only ones who can't put it together. We got the recipe, but we can't. Look, we got the recipe to the sauce, but we can't get it just thick enough, yo. Can't get it thick enough. It's just too runny. It's too watery. See what I'm saying? Hey, Drew, you messing up, man. I gotta see you another 5. I gotta see you another 5. But look,
still got that T-Mobile, that AT&T service, man. Like, I don't know.
I see his face serious right now, so I ain't gonna mess with you. But look, I'm gonna see you in number 5, man. We gotta get you out. We gotta get you out the basement in the backyard or something, man, so you can get your connectivity going well, man. But I mean, look, I appreciate the topic, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and this is where I was telling y'all, man. This is where we gotta have that balance. That's why I was telling you, Ace, where we can come on here as men and everybody can come on here and actually have something intelligent to say. Ain't nobody just checking in on you because shorty's wilding out, spazzing out. You see what I'm saying? We gotta have a yin and a yang, and this is a beautiful thing. We coming from that right back to a topic that need to be had. That's why I said when it do get to that point, we got to get through that discussion. You got to get to that point where both sides is being transitioned and being translated and equaled out so that people understand. You see what I'm saying? It's just because everybody looking for nonsense. So that's a part of the culture too. Who get on YouTube and you know what I'm saying, listen to sermons or preachers talk or something like that, man. You get on here to look for nonsense. You get on all your little media outlets to look for nonsense, Instagram or whatever you get on. So like I said, until we take ownership and work on ourselves and people start coming together really, and it's so cliche because we've been saying this since Unity, since Queen Latifah dropped Unity and all that, we've been saying that. But I mean, for real, like I said, culture, we have it, but it's just we just at the bottom of the totem pole, yo, until we learn how to really come together, which I don't think is gonna happen, sadly, man, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right now, it's like every man for himself in our culture. You know what I'm saying? So
we got too much, man. We fight, yo. You think about black people in general, man. We fighting within the black community alone. We fighting a gender war, and then outside of the black community, we fighting a diaspora war. Like, so where's the unity going to happen, man? Like, I don't get this shit.
I mean, you missed one though. We fighting a spiritual war. That's the most important. That's the most important war out here. Because if you know you got so many people saying they don't believe in God, how can you not, man? All you gotta do is open your book and it tell you everything we going through right now, bro, is biblical. You see what I'm saying? It's in there. So how can you not? I mean, I respect people's views, but how can you not? You see what I'm saying? But I wanted to shout out Ghost, man. I hope Ghost watch y'all, man. Salute to Styles P for what he did, man, for stepping in. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. That's old school right there. We don't have that no more. That's rare what he did. We don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't have it to where you can go up and confront him and de-escalate the situation. That's what he did. Confronted him, let him know he was wrong, did it respectfully, but he still got his point across. Nobody got shot, nobody got killed. The one thing I say about a lot of these videos that come out, man, is that black people we be ready. As soon as they pull you over, as soon as they say something to you, I know my rights. I'm not getting out the car, bro. You got every right to say that and do that, but you got to understand this person is in the power of authority. So it's just like your teacher. When your teacher can curse you out, you know what I'm saying? And then call your moms. The only thing your moms or your pops listening to is that the fact that you were being disruptive. That's the first thing they gonna look at. Like, why were you doing that? Why were you disrespecting authority? You feel what I'm saying? So not saying that you gotta get out and yes sir, whatever you want. Nah, but I'm saying you can be able to de-escalate situations without having to, you know what I'm saying, get into tussles or get into disagreements about it, man. You can say your piece, respectfully say what you gotta say, but also know how to de-escalate the situation. So salute the Ghost, man, because like I said, that was real rare. Because nowadays there was some youngsters, man, they would have pulled out on him, pulled a pose out on him. It would have been a shootout right out there in the middle of the street. For what? For nothing. You got to know how to talk, man. We got to learn how to communicate again. That's the biggest problem, yo. This technology killed our communication skills. But look, I don't want to hold your show up, man. I know y'all want to get to other people. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man, and all of that, man, for y'all supporting the bros, man. And you know, y'all keep doing y'all thing. And like I said, hashtag Eli, man. Make sure you put the muscle arms on there, because you redeemed yourself for that one. You know what I'm saying?
Got a little flex in there, like
yeah, you definitely got a little flex. We just gotta get you on some stilts or something, man. Give you some platforms or something, get you up there. You know what I'm saying? You don't think you 6 feet yet. You know what I mean? But
I'm
but
not.
nah,
But with
I
Tim's,
want.
with Tim's and ACGs on, I might be, man. Like,
Hey, it's all good. Hey, you gotta have a Nike, so you gotta have a Nike, so the butters or something, man. You gotta have
even Tim's, man. Niggas rocking Tim's. That's a Black American culture right there. Like, yo, man.
Hey,
listen, King, we gonna let you go, man. We gotta get the
yeah.
other people. Appreciate you.
Facts, man. Y'all stay up, man. Hey, Ace.
Appreciate it.
I want to see you rocking that, man. I want to see you rocking that next time.
I got you next live, bro.
I'll do the show, man. But look, y'all keep holding it down, keep the content flowing, man. You know I support y'all 1,000, man, 3,000%, man.
Appreciate
Definitely.
it.
Stay up, love, man. Stay blessed. Stay out the way, man.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, man. I mean,
yeah. Part of my service. I don't know if I keep cutting up. You know what I'm saying?
Regular Jew shit.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag red Jew. We got a super chat from Blue Collar Brother. He said, it's crazy when I travel to the African continent, they're totally different from the ones that I encounter in the USA. Eli, you can speak to that, right?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I can, but I don't know exactly what he's referring to. Like, what is different? Like, yeah, that's
what's the difference you've seen.
As far as what, like, there's like when I went like I was like fucking 13, 14 when I went, but like I always spoke that experience. Like when I went to Kampala, that shit was like being in Manhattan, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
he says there's a difference between the Africans he see here and the Africans over there.
He see. I mean, when I was out there, it was all love. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, you know, I wasn't really around that. Maybe I was too young to even put 2 and 2 together. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely all love.
Yeah, that was a minute ago. You might have to revisit that. I ain't gonna lie. We got another one from J. Joe 4040 again. He said most foundational Black Americans have never even committed a crime. Most ones who have are for nonviolent offenses. You put the weed sign. Tariq Nasheed gave you props on IG. Duan B proved FBA invented hip hop on his channel. Big shout out to you, man. Yeah, that's a fact. That's the same live you was talking about the other day too, right?
Yeah.
And we got one more from they commented. We got one more from Gary Grant. He said, for the panel, can anyone tell us what American culture that is not food or entertainment or clothes? Please read the definition of culture. Thank you.
I mean, culture is a way of life for a group of people. Is behaviors, beliefs, values. You know what I mean? Like all of that plays a part into culture. Like, so our culture might, like I said, it might not fit the word, like the blueprint of what maybe your culture is specifically, but we can't minimize the fact that we had to come to a country and start a whole new culture. Like we wasn't influenced. We couldn't go back to part of West Africa and be like, yo, this is how they did it. No, we had to invent and start our own culture. That's what makes Black American culture so unique. Like I said, there is parts of our culture that is toxic or bad, and a lot of times people want to refer to only those part of Black American culture and be like, oh, well, this is the trash part. Like, but we have plenty of positive things, inventions, just the way of life.
You sit here and talk about Black inventors, American Black inventors forever, bro. If you really want to talk about it, bro. True. I don't know what you're trying to get into, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. But yo, Abdul, you on mute, bro.
Man. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this topic, man? Do Black Americans have culture? Do they not have culture? What's going on?
that's where you from? Yeah, I'm from Lagos, man. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, man.
Okay. Nigeria.
Yeah. So like,
this is actually gonna be interesting coming from you. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, right. I've been actually following up on your show for a minute right now, right? And I've just been seeing a lot of the rhetoric, and I don't really understand, because if you come to Lagos, right, you would not see any difference between like the lifestyle in Lagos than whether you're like in Atlanta, New York, wherever. If you come to the Lagos Island, like if you come to the island of Lagos, it's like we have our pool parties, like we're going to the restaurants, we're eating pizza, like it is literally American culture. Like, although yes, we have our indigenous cultures and all, right? But right now, the way everybody lives in the world right now, especially Black people, because trust me, Black people are not out here looking at white people to see the next trend of shirts, shoes, and we are looking at the Black Americans. How do you guys talk? The way I'm speaking English right now is influenced by the Black Americans, like I've watched on TV. You get what I'm saying? Like literally the whole world right now, color black like this, is living off the Black American culture right now. So like it is very, very, I don't want to say, yes, see, what you guys are experiencing is like the older lost generation that like ran away. You get me? The older lost generation that ran away, and because they are like in a pickle, they cannot come back because they cannot afford to come back, right? And then they have to stay there. So like they are not telling their children like, oh, we cannot go back, but you guys just find another Nigerian or find another. If you're a Ghanaian, find another Ghanaian. Don't go and mix with the other blacks because like they know like, oh, they are stuck, but they don't want to like lose where they're from. So like they're not imposing that all those ideals on the children. So like I feel like that's more of where that comes from. So maybe now the children have now grown up on that, like this Black American. At the end of the day, I see it as all like a white, because even blacks in Nigeria, you grow to not really trust other blacks in Nigeria. Like I'm Yoruba, there's Igbo, there's Hausa. If I tell you the kind of way Yoruba people look at Hausa people, if I tell you the kind of way Hausa people look at Igbo, like there was a whole civil war because of that shit. So you know how deep like the white influence, because trust me, everybody is like a blank slate right now, just absorbing information mostly from like the outside world. Sometimes like let's say like before we saw the black culture, the older people, they got all their influence from the whites. That's why you hear stuff like in Nigeria, they tell you to like, okay, if you're in school, you have to cut your hair. Like for what? Why am I cutting my hair? No, like you have to look clean.
So real quick, because you kind of breaking up, like your service is kind of breaking up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, from what I'm hearing from you, you're saying that there's a lot of black culture that's influence in Nigeria. Would you say?
Yeah, like, and it's not, trust me, it's not only Nigeria. If you go to South Africa, if you go to like everywhere in Africa right now is totally influenced by Black American culture to like the core of normal living, like the way we live, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we move, the way we enjoy ourselves, the music we listen to. You probably don't know how many millions all these Black Americans have made from Africa. Trust me, it's a lot. Like, especially hip-hop music. Like, hip-hop music. No. That is all we listen, like, that is all we listen to over here on our own spare time. Even if now we are creating our own type of music that is now that is not taking any, like, that one no me say shit. That does not mean you are not listening to your trap, you're not listening to your hip hop, you're not listening to from Biggie down to Lil Uzi Vert. Like, everything is going down. Plus the drill, plus, do you get what I'm saying? Like, everything is going down. So like Black American culture, I just want you guys to know, like, you guys don't need to, like, you don't need to feel like anybody, like, you guys are literally the culture of Black people today, everywhere and anywhere. Like, so don't think like when they say there's nothing like that. There's no need to think that far. Black culture today is primarily Black American culture everywhere you go with Black people. Trust me.
We definitely appreciate that, man. And it's interesting to hear you say that, man. But we appreciate you calling in. We got to get to the other people, but definitely,
no problem, man.
Give me your insight, man.
God bless.
Appreciate the call, bro. Yo, but he said something that was crazy to me. He said that they were taught not to trust other Black people, and that sounds very, that's crazy, bro. That people is really coming up, learning not to trust people that look like them. So who do you trust at the end of the day? Like, people who don't look like you. Like what?
People that don't look like them, unfortunately, which is an issue, man.
And I think that's another reason why we even having this debate, because Black people do this all the time. We find a way to divide ourselves or separate ourselves from other groups of Black people, and that's what's going to continue to divide us until we find a way to, I don't know, eliminate it, jump over it. I don't know, get over it. Like we gotta, it gotta come together at some point, bro. I know I say this all the time, but at some point, man, it gotta happen, bro. Like,
easier said than done, man. Yo, real quick, JJ, before we get into y'all, if y'all here, man, y'all enjoying the program, hit that like button. It's the easiest. I always say it's the easiest thing y'all can do to support. You know, and if y'all want to, you know, if y'all got any questions for us or y'all want to just donate, we got the Cash App, Dailyrapupcrew. Hey, y'all can send a super chat, man. We read every super chat.
Right. The chat is active, man. What y'all talking about, man?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yo, JJ, man, what's your thoughts on this, man? Black Americans got culture? Do we not got culture? What's going on?
of course, we got culture, man. We got the culture. You know what I'm saying? We got, like you said, culture, definition, way of life. If you go to a Black American or somebody who's Jamaican, Nigerian household, you're gonna see the difference between the three. You know what I'm saying? Just like every group of people have their own culture. Like Black American, yeah. Only thing is that we are in America, which is we are in a white country, but we just don't have our own language. That's the only thing we don't have.
This shit ain't white either. They stole this shit too.
You know what I'm saying? So
even in language, like we speak English is a white language,
but it's different.
But even how the slang that we use, like you know what I'm saying? Like Jamaicans would say they speak patois, like is English.
They speak broken English. They speak broken
it's
English.
The same. The terminology we come up with is specific to American culture, like you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's a fact. Because Haitians speak Creole, which is broken French.
French,
you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So
people just like to hate and try to like throw that on us. But like even when you had a topic with those girls, but when they if you see them, they dress like Black American girls, as far as the hair, the look, the makeup, everything. How you gonna say we don't got culture? But yeah, you looking like
old girl on that episode. That's what we say. Americanized, talk about American.
You're not dressed like a white American girl. You influenced by Black American culture, our style, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny, that people like to throw that out there. But just because we don't have our own homeland country, that's why I like to say that, or we don't have a language. But we got festivals all over the country, and when you go there, you're gonna see a display of Black American culture.
And we built this shit. So
that's what I'm saying. So, and I just, the whole, I don't like that whole Black American versus African Caribbeans, because it's like, yo, check this out. When y'all come over here, y'all get to live a good life because of the work that Black people put in. All the civil rights we fought for, y'all benefit directly from.
Exactly. Right.
Y'all start coming over here in the 1970s. Y'all wasn't coming over here in the 1920s and 30s when it was super racist, when they was hanging Black people, when it was up front in your face. So all immigrants that come here, they live a good life because we broke down all the doors and all the barriers in America.
And that's another thing too. I dislike about Black immigrants sometimes is that they have the luxury to come over here to America and make a living and go back to their home country and, build up their home country and stuff. That I was talking to an African woman one time and she couldn't understand Black Lives Matter. You get what I'm saying? Because she was just like, yo, if worst comes to worst in America, I could just always go back to my home country. And I think that's what a lot of Black Americans do. They don't care about the black plight in America because if shit hit the ceiling, they could go back to their home country. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, Black Americans don't have that luxury. We're fighting.
So we got to stay here and fight. That's what we always do.
You get what I'm saying? So when Black Lives Matter is happening, or this, that, and the third, or well, I'm Jamaican or I'm Haitian, I could just go back. If shit hit the fan, I could just go back to my country. We don't have that luxury. Like, you get what I'm saying? So we have to stay and fight for the freedoms that we have, the rights that we have, like all of those things. Like, you know what I mean? So it's easy to come to a country and profit off of it, and then go back home and build a better lifestyle. Like, we don't have that luxury. Like, you know what I'm saying? As Black Americans, so.
Right. Definitely. But yeah, I don't know. Like that whole, it just, like you said, I see somebody said Tariq Nasheed shouted you out. Like I follow him too. Like he be spitting a lot of heavy game. And of course, like I said, our food, everything that we do It's part of our culture, our way of life, our belief. If you go to a black church and a white church, it's gonna be totally different.
Yeah, it's true.
that's culture. A white church is gonna be different because they have a different
Even
culture.
the songs that they sing in the churches is definitely.
Yeah, that's what
You know
I'm
saying. Like,
it's like, what you mean we don't got culture? Just because we don't.
gospel music, black culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I don't understand this. Like, you get what I'm
I
saying?
guess because we don't have a flag and we don't have a language in our own home country. That's the only thing they can kind of say. People can say.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's
that's
just
true. That's true. Yo, JJ, man, we appreciate you for calling in, man.
all right, man. I'll catch up with y'all next time.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, I think it's because it's not the traditional route, like you said. Like, it's just a different way of doing things, man. I think that's why we get the flack that we do, but it is what it is at the end of the day, man. We out here doing what we doing, and it's loved by many. We got a super chat from DT. He said, my homeland is America. Shout out to you, DT.
Yo, I seen your little podcast. That sounds like a diss. Like, you know what I'm saying? You on mute? Okay, all right, yeah. You know when somebody say a little, like, yeah, I see your little thing over there, like, you know what I mean?
I see your little girlfriend. Like,
yeah, exactly. Little podcast, like, you know what I mean? Yo, what's goody, man? Like, how you feel about this topic? You on mute? You muted?
Nah, he came off mute. He still can't hear him. No.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we
can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, try to join back in. We're gonna add you back.
Yo. We got another super chat from Harris. He said, "Big up on ourselves. Shout out to Jamaica, you heard?"
Mm-hmm. Yo, and it's all love, man. It's really all love, man. And this ain't really a stream to just try to, be combative towards Africans or Caribbeans. It's just
divisive.
Yeah, divisive. It's just that, Black Americans worked hard to, be at the level they at and the success that we have and the influence that we have to be negated by people that look like us to say that we don't have culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, yo, Mr. Bobby Wright, man, you on mute.
It was good. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
hey, it was good. It was good. First off, I want to say shout out to you brothers and y'all's platform, everything that y'all's doing. Real talk.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I seen the show that y'all was talking about when the young lady said that Black Americans don't have no culture, and I am a Black American, by the way. My mother and father both born in Mississippi. About as Black Americans you can get, but my issue when it comes to our culture as Black Americans, it seems like the only time that people want to acknowledge so-called Black culture is when it's the negative stuff, the ratchet stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't want to acknowledge the positive. And I'm not here to say that there aren't bad things in our culture. Every culture's got the good, bad, the ugly, the in-between. And we definitely do have things that we got to work on. I'm not negating that. My issue is we never want to give credit for the positive stuff. We act like that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The modern day toilet, caller ID, refrigerators, stoplight, first open heart surgery, potato chips, oven baked macaroni and cheese. I mean, was it gifts or GIFs, whatever you want to call it, the GIF? That came from a Black American woman. Like, a lot of stuff we do in our everyday lives that we don't think about came from the minds of Black Americans. We ain't even got to go to music. We already know what that's about. We ain't even got to go there. It's like people got to stop disrespecting Black Americans, but then expect everybody to only talk about the positives of their culture. We can talk about the negatives and the positives. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's I think it's crazy. And like you were saying, the young lady, the way she presented herself was like a stereotypical modern day Black woman, but she kept saying she was Haitian. And it's like, I forget which brother it was, but somebody has said that you don't look Haitian, and she got offended. And it's like, well, wait a minute. If you are Haitian, why are you mad at somebody saying you don't have a Haitian look? And it's like, you the lady didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a.
That's what we said. If you go back to Haiti right now, they're gonna say you Americanized. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just, I really don't get it, man. Like,
that's a fact.
Exactly.
But to say that we don't have culture, but acknowledge that we have negative culture, that's culture, right? But
Right.
like you said, when it comes to the positive, oh, there's no culture at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? So I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
It's weird.
It's just being divisive at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We can all respect one another. Like, and you know what's crazy? Even saying like the slang term for cool, like, hey man, you real cool. Even that came from Black American jazz musicians from like way back in the day. I want to say maybe like Miles Davis on one of them. I'm not for sure. But even just the slang for cool, like that literally is from our culture, even just being cool. We're just such a universal culture that people look at it as just, oh, that's just a thing. Like you can partake in our culture. I got no problem. I'm not one of these culture appropriating people as long as you're respecting it, but don't act like the positive stuff just came out of thin air and no, like it's just something everybody's been doing.
I've never heard that. I've never heard Black people, like people say that Black Americans got, like I've never heard no white person say that. It's the people that look like us is telling us that we don't have culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've never heard nobody else in the world say that Black Americans don't have culture. Outside is the Black people, the Caribbeans, the Africans, the people that look like us is trying to sit there and tell us that we don't have culture. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy to me. Like,
yeah, it's sad. And I mean, I don't know about what countries you guys have been to, but a few years ago I was traveling to a few countries in Europe, and it's weird. The people over there, they don't do that. Like the white people, the Black like Africans and everything like that over in Europe, like they see me, they know I'm Black American, and they got, you know, love, respect. They know where the music comes from, they know where the stuff comes from, and they're like, cool, like they'll acknowledge it. But then you come over here, and this isn't about all Black immigrants that migrate to America, but in my experience, I've seen that more with Black immigrants that come here versus the small experience I had in Europe. They'll be like, "Oh, you're Black American, cool," and they'll ask you questions about your culture versus just saying you don't have one. Like they want to learn, they want to know. And that was the white Europeans, the Black ones, the Asian, like all of them. Like they actually like us. But then over here, we get hated on in our own country that we built. It's weird, you know. Even the man, sorry to interrupt, the man that created Afro beats, the West African music, I forget the man's name, but he even acknowledged that James Brown was a huge influence in him creating Afro beats. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Like that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yo, Bobby, man, we appreciate you for calling in, man. We gotta get to everybody else. Well, we appreciate you, man. Like,
most definitely, man.
Keep doing y'all's thing, brothers. Peace.
Appreciate it.
Yo, and even when you look at sports, yeah, I know the NBA wasn't started by a Black man, but it was very much popularized by Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I mean, who's a Black American. And if you go to anywhere in the world, everybody know who Michael Jordan is, bro. People growing up like 5 years old right now know who Michael Jordan is, bro. Like, it's crazy.
At one point, Michael Jackson was not even arguably, Michael Jackson was the famous person in the world, bro. Black American, he was the most famous person in the world, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact, man.
Come on, man.
We got King Confidence in the comments. He said a race of people is like an individual who takes pride in its own history and affirms its own selfhood. It can never fulfill itself. Malcolm X with the quotes. Appreciate you, bro.
You was really struggling on that, my guy.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
I didn't get the last part. I ain't gonna hold you. And affirms its own selfhood. It can never. I didn't get that last part. I'm gonna have to go look at that later on. I don't know. And affirms its own selfhood. It can.
All right, bro. You just making yourself
look. Screenshot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that later, man.
Yo, what's goody, my guy? How you
doing, brother? Pleasure.
We good.
Just want to say, I love your work. I love the channel. I appreciate everything you guys do. Especially appreciate you guys to be on the East Coast.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
For the record, I'm a Westchester guy, so I'm right outside the Bronx. Okay. And I usually follow your show specifically because of the conversation that you have between, like, regarding men and women, modern day men, modern day women, that type of stuff, their dynamics, and the way you guys approach it is interesting because you're not combative at all. You kind of let the women say who they are. You know what I mean? But in regards to the black culture thing, that it was a huge deal. I saw the clip. I was really, really offended, right? Specifically because I'm Haitian, right? Well, I'm Haitian American. Let's get it straight. I'm Haitian American, first generation American, and you know, I understand like when you're first generation American, you're kind of like half and half. You know, I deal a lot with the Haitian culture. I visit. We have houses in Haiti, etc. Right? And it's weird because seeing that girl react the way she did, not only was it disrespectful, but it kind of said a lot as to like maybe her experience with like her dealing with other people and how they saw Haitians. Hence the reason why she kind of got offended when someone said that she didn't look Haitian. You know what I mean? I got real pretty sisters, so I heard that growing up. They heard that growing up, excuse me. You know what I mean? Not so much for me. But as far as the Black American culture thing, you guys, Black Americans absolutely have a culture. I think we don't really explore that over here on the East Coast. But the further west you go, like they absolutely have a culture. The culture is there. It's just, it's not the main culture, you know. But like Black Americans, it's weird. We have a subculture that's unique because we influence the main culture so much that it could arguably we could arguably be seen as the main culture. Like it's officially like we are becoming the face of pop music. You know what I mean? Drake is breaking into pop, and it's only a matter of time before everybody else does the same thing. Nicki Minaj, etc. So we influence the main culture by a large degree, and then to take it a step further, when it comes to rap and hip hop culture, we influence other countries. Russia, huge with rap. Japan, they have a weird subculture when it comes to like imitating, what they perceive to be the Black people and whatnot.
Japanese love hip hop culture. Like they still b-boy, they still break dancing to this day. Like you know what I mean? So
that's a fact. That's a fact. And sorry, I don't mean to like.
But
to
even
ramble
back in the days, they was taking Black people voices off songs and putting white people faces on them. We've been making those hits from beginning of time. They just erasing us out of. We made the shit first. They swapped us out.
You remember the song? I forgot the name of it. The one that goes a wop bop baloo bop balop bam boom.
Yeah.
All right. He made that song specifically because he knew white guys wouldn't be able to copy the song and actually get like the same soul and funk out of it. So before that, constantly they were stealing Black music. Constantly.
Yeah.
They'd be a hit song with Black people, they'd be like, perfect. Grab that, throw that on the main radio shows for white folk, it became a hit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He made that and it worked. It showed exactly what was going on. I took a couple notes of what was being said. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I did want to point out, though, when it comes to Creole, not really a broken language. It's an actual language, but only specifically Haitian Creole. All the other Creoles, unfortunately, are pigeons because they don't have an alphabet. It's a weird thing. I don't get it, in all honesty. Same shit to me. And you know what? Last one. This is going to be a little weird. I hope it's not an AO moment, but I did want to point out Lil Nas X, we all remember him. He had that song, Old Town Road. Right. That song was #1 in the country Billboard tops. Once they realized it was a Black guy, they took it down. Right? Most other country stars, they were surprised by it. They said, no, it's absolutely a country song. He had to go back and get Billy Ray Cyrus to get on that song. And that's the only reason why it became recognized as a country song. After that, they gave an award. I forgot the award. There's like a Lifetime Achievement Award kind of thing. They gave it to Billy Ray Cyrus for the song Old Town Road that he was featured on. So I just want to point that out. Black culture absolutely exists. On the East Coast, you don't see it as much because, we're a melting pot. Look at all the Caribbeans, the Africans out here and whatnot. But it absolutely exists.
Yeah. And that's not even to take anything, because not to cut you off, but, please. There's been, Caribbeans have contributed to American culture as well. Like, a lot of, like Biggie. Biggie is what, Jamaican, right?
I tell you, he's Jamaican. I thought he was based in, like Barbadian.
He's one of that, but he was a very pivotal in the hip hop community, but he was very influenced by Black culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so we can't take away the what people have contributed, especially Caribbeans and Africans. They have contributed to American culture, but they were very much influenced by American culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? Nothing about Biggie spoke Caribbean. Like, you know what I mean? He was very much like, people wouldn't even know that he's Caribbean if you didn't Google it. Like, you get him because he was so influenced by American culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So no, I'm not trying to take away from anything that Caribbeans or Africans have contributed, but to sit here and say that Black Americans don't have culture when we the ones that, you know, started the culture in America, it's just absurd to me. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
can I ask you guys a quick question? Just this is in regards to like the Latino thing, right? My dad's half Dominican, right? And I don't really fuck with that side of the family. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very dark. We're very dark. You know what I mean? And it's an unfortunate truth. Like, a lot of Hispanics, they don't really fuck with Black people that way. But they also have like this weird perception of if you're a Black person, but you're light enough or successful enough, you're not really Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it, and it's just the weirdest thing. There could be a girl who's light-skinned. She speaks a little bit of Spanish. If she's attractive, they'll be like, oh, no, tú dominicano, la verdad. And it's just like, is she really, though? You know what I mean? She don't know shit about the culture. She never been there, but she pretty and light-skinned. You flip the script, and your Spanish better be on point as a dark-skinned Hispanic. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's just like, do we really... Me, you look like me in any way, sort of fashion, you Black to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all y'all are Black to me. That's how I see it. Even if you speak in Spanish, you're still Black to me. That's the way I'm saying.
There's a lot of dark-skinned Hispanic people too, though. I just don't be getting them.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a whole nother topic. That's colorism. That's a whole nother topic that we probably have to.
We fake out a show on that though. Like.
Yeah, we have to get on that one too. But yo, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys. Love the work. Please keep it up.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yo, but what he's saying is, you know, like how when we had Black Lives Matter, we were saying that it's not an attack on. We're not saying that other lives don't matter. We just saying that it's like we just pointing out that we do as well. I think that's what we're doing here with the culture. We're not saying that other cultures don't matter, that y'all not cultural or influential in your own way. Because
I don't think we question
Caribbean culture is definitely influential. African culture is definitely influential. But we're the ones saying here that we don't hear that y'all not that y'all don't have culture. We're the only ones that you hear you don't have culture, and that's why
we're the one that's being attacked.
Yeah, we the ones being attacked, so that's why we pointed out. We're not saying that other people's culture ain't influential as well, but you can't sit here and not give us our credit and expect us not to speak up about it.
Yeah, feel some type of way, like, you know what I mean? So, yo, you get hear us? Oh, she damn. She said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, we got a couple super chats while we waiting for her to pop back up. We got Michael Machov in the building. Shout out to
what up, Mike?
Our guy, you know what I mean?
Yo, Mike been busy, man. I'm still waiting for you to hit us up on the DMs, man. Like,
yo, Mike, what happened to the IG, bro? I thought you was making an IG, bro.
I think he do got IG or something.
Mike, you starting to make us think you a bot.
yeah, good vibe, man. But, we got one from Don Blackwell. He said that's how they created Elvis. Oh yeah, that's a fact, man. Elvis, yeah, he definitely a biter, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Not a brighter.
He ain't a writer, he's a biter, man. We got one from Dave Young. He said railway signals more lower. Wait, what? Come on, bro. Mowers, luggage carriers, air conditioning units, thermostats, and temperature control systems, electric lamps were all invented by FBA. Do I need to continue? Yo, shout out to you, man. With the
he got the facts. He got the snap.
He got the facts in here. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. I think that's all. We got one more. We got one more from Mountains of Israel. Apollos, he says our heritage is in the Bible. We are Israelites, the real Jews. Our names were changed. Our names were changed in slavery. Have y'all heard this before?
Yeah, I definitely heard the first real Jews was black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody in the world was black first.
I mean, shit, we gonna talk about it, like, you know what I mean?
We got another one from Michael. He says, "Sorry, Eli, Jew, and Ace. I've been really busy. Let's try to connect this week." Yo, send a DM, man. We waiting for you.
Right now, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo. Oh,
we got another one from Native New Yorker. He said, "My Indian coworker tried to tell me Black Americans have no culture, all while looking like a FBA. I told him to come to Harlem and he will see a lot of presidents' pics on the wall. Culture." Big facts, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that's another crazy thing too, though. People are trying to tell you that we don't got culture while looking like the culture, bro. Like, yo.
Like, nigga, where'd you get this outfit from?
Yo,
like,
where'd you
get
get this
swag
from, bro?
Our
What you
language
put in your
from?
ear, all that shit, bro. It's crazy, man. We got one
The
more.
shorty that you like, where she get the image from?
Big facts, bro. We got another one from Gary Grant. He said, "Who started the hip hop culture? A Jamaican." Eli, what you guys think about that?
That was come on, man. Like Kool Herc, he was Jamaican, but he was influenced by American culture, man. He tried doing reggae records at parties. Nobody was bumping that, and that's not even a diss to Caribbean music. But he broke up Black American break beats, like to start it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was influenced by American culture. All he did was I'm not trying to discredit him, but he used the Black Americans and their music to try to make break beats and turn that into rapping. We've been rapping, like, rapping was always the thing. Like, you know what I mean? That was something Black Americans was always doing. We just never put it on a beat and broke it down like that. Like, you know what I mean?
What about the fact of breaking that? If he would have broke hip hop music in Jamaica, then he would get the credit for doing so. You get what I'm saying? He was an American. He was in America breaking hip hop.
And like I said, that's not taking away from what he contributed. He did that. Like, he did that. He did make it. He did popularize it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but he was influenced by Black American culture. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, the Kenyan. Oh, matter of fact, we got another one.
Yeah, we got one. Another one from Native New York. Good shout out to you. He said, in the soul food restaurants. Soul food is definitely Black Americans, bro. Like definitely.
Yo, the Kenyan guy, you here?
He on mute.
Yes, I am.
Hello. Cool. It's good, man. Yeah, we can hear you. How you feel about this topic? Black Americans got culture. We got no culture.
Okay, I want to be like real short because it's kind of late over here. It's in Kenya. One thing I'd like to say is I'd like to apologize for Africans who say that Black Americans don't have culture, because growing up, that's all I listened to. I listened to Black music. I listened to rap music, R&B. Everything was Black culture. The way we dressed.
Movies growing up.
Exactly, like Boys in the Hood. Don't be a menace while drinking juice. All that stuff. That's all I watched and listened to. So I when I saw that clip, I was like really shocked, because if you go to Africa, that's everywhere. You go to, like, we have these small minivans that we travel in. They're called matatus, and all of them are like, all of them are written on them like something like 50 Cent or Eminem, or just rappers. The movie stars we know, Denzel Washington, Sidney Poitier, all those dudes. So if you ever did doubt that Black Americans have culture that's being used all over the world, please don't doubt anymore, because I can tell you for sure, like, I think 60% of the youth, actually, let me just say 90% of the youth, everything they do is influenced by Black American culture. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You guys are doing a great job. I'd also just like to say you guys did an amazing job with that lady who was like shouting at Eli. That was amazing. So
wow, Eli.
Yeah, I hope I have restraint like that. Cheers. All the best.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. I'm telling you, when I speak to like other Jamaicans, they feel like the reason why we don't have culture is because we supposedly Black Americans sit down, don't do nothing, don't have careers and businesses in their name, and they come here, they have their own restaurants. This is how, like, I'm telling you, I speak to like other people when I go to Jamaica, and they feel like they use the opportunity of America better than we do.
Well, what they got to do with the culture, though, bro? Like, even if they feel like we lazy or whatever, bro, that got nothing to do with the culture, bro.
They don't even know that white people are on welfare more than Black people. But it's made believe that Black people are on welfare.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Black people are the poster childs for welfare, and that's what people associate with Black people being on welfare. Like, you know what I mean?
That shit crazy.
Because the negative get the publicity and the positive don't.
But all these white motherfuckers getting welfare, they looking like they got jobs. How? They on welfare, they get food stamps too.
They're not gonna promote that. King Confidence said I'm a horrible Babysitter.
Yo.
That's true. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Do not hire this nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Neglects and all types of shit gonna be happening. Like, yo, you can hear us? You on mute?
Jacolia.
I can hear you.
Right?
Yeah, how you say your name?
Yes, you did. Jacolia.
Okay.
Okay.
How you doing? How you feel about this topic?
Wait, where you
I'm
from?
doing good. Actually, I'm Tiara I'm from Chicago, from the West Side.
Okay. Shout out Chicago.
Chi-town.
Thank you. You guys actually repost me on Facebook. I mean on Instagram, Tiara_holiday. So I've been following you guys. Yeah, hey y'all. The way I feel about this topic is somewhere in the middle. And it's because a lot of people that I run into, whether it's traveling out of the country or whether it's here in Chicago, Chicago was built by Haitians. So when we look at the etymology of a lot of our cities, it is built off of quote unquote Caribbean culture. I feel as if the disconnect comes into the place where the fact that all of us came from West Africa. And so all of us are West African in origins, and we just been dropped off at different spots from the transatlantic slave trade. So when we began to talk about Black Americans having no culture, they're basically using against us that we've been removed from our language. We've been removed from different things, but Black Americans are also ignorant to the culture that we have that leads us back to Africa, like okra. That's an African food that you see ate among the Igbos. The candy yams, that's also seen among the Bantu tribes of West Africa. So when we really began to think about it, it's a lot of discrepancies. Like my name is Jacolia, that's a Hebrew name. My other middle name is Jeanette, that's a Hebrew name as well. So the fact that we are a people that have been greatly detached from our language, and we've been greatly detached from different things. We say Black American culture, Haitian American culture, Caribbean American culture. At the end of the day, we just picked up on different tongues, and all of us have been colonized. So it's very divisive. So when they say we don't have culture, maybe it's because we don't look as Afrocentric as they do, because we've been whitewashed a lot more than they have. So that's how I feel about the topic.
That's understandable, but in the same sense, we have developed unique, behaviors or traits that's specific, that is undoubtedly specific to Black Americans. You know what I mean? Like, so I get what you're saying about, there's different aspects of, us coming from the slave trade and everything, but there's things like you said a lot of the cities or buildings was built by Haitians.
Yeah, in Chicago, Chicago is definitely built off of Haitians, and a lot of people. If you look around the city of Chicago, we have a lot of Andinka symbols, which are Akan symbols, the Ashanti from Ghana, and a lot of people that are in Jamaica are actually Akan, or they're Igbo. The Haitians have a quote in Creole saying that they are Igbo. So when you look at the African Americans, 68% of us have at least one Igbo ancestor. And so the disconnect just comes because they have a tongue and they have a flag. And when we say Black American culture, that's why they make fun of us so much, because we hold on to American roots and we don't push them away, versus just saying Afro culture, regardless of where it is that we are at in the diaspora.
So you think what's throwing off people is the American aspect of what we're saying?
Whenever I talk to people that's from Africa, because I have friends who Ghana, who like Liberian, who Akan, and then some people, like when I visited Jamaica some years ago and I talked to them and had open conversations, as well as when I've gone to Toronto, Canada, and Vancouver, Canada. Their whole thing is because a lot of people just be like American, or I'm this and I'm that, versus talking about like our culture as Black people in general.
Okay.
But they wouldn't accept us as Black people if we said, hey, yeah, I'm from where y'all from. They'd be looking at us like, no, the fuck you ain't.
Yeah.
We not where they from.
Disconnect. You get.
Well, that's true.
Like I said, I'm just saying, going to them
It
and
is
saying,
a
yo, we're
disconnect.
one. We're like, we're one with you guys. And they would be like, no. And they feel like that most Americans think they're better than them. And we don't. I can speak for myself and majority, a lot of black people, we don't feel like we're better than. Now you look at it. We had an episode where we spoke to African women, and they felt like because we made fun of them, we thought we were better than them. Which I would say most Black American people make fun of everything. You get what I'm saying? Where they might have felt like that was harmful to their culture or respect of their culture. But we make fun of being Black, being white, being orange. You don't give a fuck. We just make fun of shit.
It's true.
Yeah, and a lot of a lot of the colleges, the HBCUs were built by Black Americans. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's aspects. Shit, America was was built by Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? I think I said African, but Black Americans. The slaves and things of that nature. We built a lot of this country for free. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of, you can go anywhere and see, aspects of Black American culture or slaves that built, homes or schools or just, infrastructures and things of that nature. So, yeah, but yeah.
No, I agree with all that. Just like somebody in the comments were talking about our identity as being Israelites, and that's the school of thought that I take. And when I talk to the people in the diaspora, like the young lady, she was embarrassing. So like I understand sometimes we do run into people who say that we don't have any culture because our culture is not the same as theirs. But that is exactly the culture that we have been removed from is a Hebraic culture, but it's not fair because it's not our fault we got dropped off over in America. We didn't choose to be here. And we have built up a lot of things.
Yeah, we made the most of it, and we had to build a culture that was specific to us. So you know what I mean? We didn't have no resources or prior knowledge. You'd be like, oh well, this is how they do it over there in West Africa. Let's do it. We had to pretty much start from scratch and just build our own culture. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%. I don't think that is fair. I mean, we deal with a lot here in Chicago because we have a big melting pot. Maybe not as big of a melting pot as New York, but in Chicago, like I went to college up north, and there was a lot of Jamaicans and a lot of Haitians, but it's mostly Black Americans. And growing up in school, like some of us, would call other African kids like African booty scratcher and things like that. So here in Chicago, you have to go further north to be around the Africans and the Haitians, everything else in Black America. So we don't really deal with that discrepancy here like that you guys do.
Yeah, but anyway, we appreciate you for calling in. Definitely, you definitely said some things that makes me want to go and just do more research on it. And we appreciate you for calling in. And keep doing them reaction videos, man. I'm gonna keep reposting them.
Got you. Thank you, guys.
Later.
Appreciate you. We got a couple of super chats. Got one from Jay Kelly. He said, we built the damn country for free while our ancestors, it's all our culture. That's a big fact. We got one from Percy / astronaut status. He said she cute, but when she said Chicago, LOL.
Shout out to Chicago, man. Like,
Mountains of Israel said Bible shows the Jews, which are God's children, were made stronger and faster than everyone else as a whole. You can see it in sports, but it was for war. People is out here spin.
That's an intriguing comment.
Where
you saying we built for war? Niggas running on them basketball courts, lightning fast.
King Confidence said, "Yo, finally a beautiful queen with intellect. Salute."
Yeah, shout out.
Yo, King, go jump on her DMs real quick, man. See what's up. I might be able to have that intellectual conversation, man. What's up?
We got one from S. Dot. Said, appreciate the content, fellas. Please keep it up. Appreciate you. I think that's that's it for now. We talk to next.
Yo, everything copacetic now?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we thought you about to hit us up the mute.
I got the head now with no volume. I'm like, what's going on? Like, yo.
Yeah, I had to pull my video down. I'm editing one of my videos.
Okay. We know what that's like sometimes.
Yeah, that multitask life, bro. Y'all know what that's like.
Yeah,
what's good though, man? The other guy stole my line. I want to start off by saying salute to y'all too, bro. Like, I'm relatively new to the Black content creator sphere, right? In the YouTube sector. Y'all doing y'all thing though, man. Like for real. I just want all three of y'all stay away from my lady, bro. I catch either one of y'all around my lady. It's a problem, man. Y'all know too many women, bro. Yeah. But yeah, on the topic though, on the culture side of the game, bro, you know what's so crazy? Like, I'm 45 now, right? And when you get to 45, you realize actually how young that is, right? But you start realizing you done forgot more stuff than you actually remember. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard y'all talking about culture, I literally had to look the definition up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they done changed the definition and the way we use words so much, bro. Just over the last 20 years that you don't even know what people be talking about half the time. They could be using it in a
slang. Updating that dictionary, that Webster's dictionary pretty often. Like.
Facts like that. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at, because when I'm hearing, boy, if you don't shut up, this dog, man, Gucci, bro, he was just stuck in the coochie. He want to go back and get stuck in the coochie again. Leave her alone, boy, man.
The animal instincts, man, like yo,
a beast, bro. Like, but no. So when I hear the word culture, right, I know that we talking about from the American standardized version of the definition. We talking about like art and all of this different stuff, music, fashion, right? But when I think of culture, I think of it more on the lines of our community specifically, right? The way we use words, the way we address each other. So like, I might be on the job, right, and I might have a white supervisor. And I can't really connect with him the same way because I really didn't never learn how to code switch, right? But if I got a black supervisor, I could say what I want to say, how I want to say it, and he understands exactly what I'm saying. So that's what I really think about when I think about culture, is really how we address each other,
language,
how we view each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how we, like I said, even the whole formation of dapping people up, like, you know what I'm saying, like. That's the American culture. You dap somebody, you give them a hug, and you know what I mean? Like,
we invented sliding your hand, boy. Like, come on, boy.
Yo, right. That's a fact. Like, even when you just when I go to shake my white supervisor's hand, bro, it's frustrating every single time because he always just do it like this. He never really go all the way through with it.
Yo, you ever seen this? You ever seen the video with Obama? He was walking through a line and he seen like the white niggas gave him the handshake. And he saw the niggas, he started dapping them, giving them pounds and a hug. Like,
that's big facts, bro. So is it okay if I ask y'all a question or two real quick?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, cool. So first of all, what if you had to label or give your podcast a genre, what genre would you put it in? Do you all consider yourselves manosphere a podcast, manosphere podcast, or content creators, or are you just doing your thing?
I think we have elements of like manosphere in our content, but for the most part I think we just trying to do our thing and see what resonates with people. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want to be boxed into that category, even though we do have elements of manosphere in our content,
right?
So
I think it's a versatility to our podcast that we're not really tied down to a genre, and we don't want to be like, we want to take it as far as it could go. So I wouldn't say that we kind of are under the manosphere, but that's not all we're about, I would say.
Yeah, agree.
So when the other, like last week or so, when the blonde haired braid chick was on y'all show and she jumped up and was yelling and all of that, right? Like, bro, your reaction, Eli, was absolutely perfect. I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm gonna use that as a clip for when people are on my show saying something really stupid or acting crazy, I'm gonna just run that up there real quick. Like,
yo, make sure you cop the t-shirt too, man. He got
I'm gonna definitely cop the t-shirt too. But this is what I want to say, right? Do you think that on the topic of culture, right, that it might actually be a division between men and women, that black men might have their own culture separate from black women, and that her response to you all and the way she acted is actually a part of their culture? Because you know, if she actually explained that behavior, she gonna make it sound real cute. Like, oh, it's okay for me to be that way, and it wasn't this or it wasn't that. But we know how it looked to us to see our women behave that way. So I'm saying, do you think there was a divide in our own culture, like a subset culture for men and women?
I don't know. I think someone say that her behavior was very masculine. So you can't say it's a divide. I think women these days are acting more like the men. Right. And they would say that some men are acting more feminine, but I don't think there's a divide. I think there's a misunderstanding on gender roles, maybe. I think women are acting this way because they think they need to protect themselves. There's not a lot of protection in the black community, and it's hard to be protective in these days because, like you see on the news, men are dying trying to protect women they don't even know and stuff. So, but to go back to your point, I don't think it's a divide. I just think it's misconstrued as far as where we are right now. Like.
See, my pushback on that would be this, and I ain't gonna lie. Since I've been in the manosphere, I've definitely used the word masculine to describe the behavior of women that was less feminine, right? My lady, like, I am tired of you calling me masculine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you might be watching your little podcast. That's why I named my podcast I Seen Your Little Podcast, bro. That's all women do. Everything you do, I seen your little Jordans, I seen your little haircut, I seen you got your little job, your little car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but here's the thing, though, right? When I looked at that clip that you all did, and we actually did a reaction to that, bro, that ain't masculine.
What is that?
And you know why I say that? Because I haven't seen any men react to each other that way on any podcast. Like, I've seen men swing on each other and straight up fight. Like when Zoe Williams beat up Ari Spears on the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. Right. But I ain't seen any men just jump up, let me spin around in a circle before they sit down. Like, I ain't seen no men do that. So I'm not finna label that behavior masculine because that make us look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we behave like that? I don't think we do. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, plus, not to mention the fact, you know what else I always see is this recently just happened to me and another guy that I mess with, Patriarchy Strikes Back. We get, I don't want to say checked, we get chastised, challenged on being verbally aggressive to women. I just did a show last night. Are we responsible for the way that we talk to women? Should we talk to them in a certain type of way? You see what I'm saying? Because when we scream on women like that, it's like, oh man, that's a female. You know, I seen my man get kicked off the show because he called a girl the B word, but she called him the B word 2 or 3 times before he even said it back. You see what I'm saying? Nobody had nothing to say to her when she said it, right? Right. So as content creators, because you all are one of the top dogs up there, you know what I'm saying? It's you all, lapeef, right? Kevin gone now, rest in peace to Kevin. Do you think we have a responsibility to not go so hard on women, or is it just in you all's character to not overreact to how women behave? Because y'all perfect. I think if that would have been me, I would have snapped on over.
I think as a human being, to have a conversation without getting crazy. Like you said, she may not be masculine in your eyes, but I feel like she's imitating a man or trying to be more dominant in the conversation aspect, which makes me still see her as masculine. You get what I'm saying? Because men are known to be more dominant and more control of the situation. So her even trying to overpower, when Ace is politely saying something to her and Eli is politely, hold on, I said this. That's a man's approach to a situation if he is triggered or from another man. You get what I'm saying? I don't want us to talk to another dude like that as well. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully we can all sit down. I think our patience would be a little bit different if it was a man. But imagine if Eli would have said something to her, you know what I mean? Then she would have played victim. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
Our approach has to be different, especially of course about our platform, and we're black men at the same time. So
right,
I can see. I mean, a white dude probably could say it, they probably laugh. I don't know, but black dude do it 10 times.
I think at the part when she jumped up, I think it was the camera was on her. So I just heard the voice. I think it might have been Eli that said, "Well, why would you even deal with that guy?" That's all he said. You know what I'm saying? And she jumped up, and I was like, "Whoa, hold on." You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, and I could talk to y'all all day because I think y'all dope, bro. I really want to pick y'all mind. I hope y'all don't mind that we react to y'all videos. I just want to make sure that's okay.
That's cool.
That's good. Yeah, just make sure you tag us. That way we go you can share it on our page.
Repost and stuff. Yeah,
no doubt. I got you on that. Another salute to y'all. But I just want to say, bro, look, y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I really respect what y'all doing. Y'all might not know this, but y'all are helping people grow up. Like real talk. Even some of us older guys that, you know what I'm saying, are still in the process of maturing, still in the process of developing because we lacked fathers, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm talking about I got all the felonies you could ever want. You know what I'm saying? Like my background is one of those, right? I'm the Pookie Ray Ray that they used to talk about. Well, ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that no more. I changed a little bit. But I just
shout out to the change, man.
Right.
We appreciate you,
thing, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate you for calling in, man. We're gonna have to get to everybody else. You know,
no doubt, bro.
Stuff to say, but we appreciate
I'll let you, man. Thank you.
Peace, bro.
Appreciate that call, man. Let me get to the super chats real quick. We got one from B Mac. He said this is a great topic. Black Americans are the culture. Other people mimic us globally.
Facts.
Big facts. We got one from Harris. He said, bro, she was just hood. Okay.
Oh, you're referring to Sinead. Oh.
Yeah, you talking about it.
Like, yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I do agree with what you said though. Like she's still mimicking.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That was a valid point.
Yeah, that was a good point, man. We got one from Germ Derm. He said Black American culture is based on trying to make good out of a bad situation.
That's part of it.
That's a fact.
Niggas is eating chitlins, boy. Who the fuck else eat chitlins? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's crazy.
But what about all these Caribbean and African people that takes on the negative African American culture? They're not in that belt or nothing like that. They're not in that category. They don't take pride in saying
I don't even know what you're trying to ask right now. Like,
I'm saying, like, for all the shit, what do they take? They take credit. What do we get credit for, and what do we not get credit for? That they, because they keep mentioning it.
Apparently, we only get credit for all the negative things, and that's part of our culture. Like, you know what I mean? All the positive things, they just overlook that. Like, you know what I mean? So anything negative, anything that has to deal with, you know, toxicity, or then they're gonna associate the Black culture, and that's when other Caribbeans or Blacks or Africans might identify as Black, is when it's a negative thing. Oh, that's part of Black people. Like, you know what I mean? So unfortunately, you know, they just try to label all the Black negative things on, you know, our culture, unfortunately.
Real quick, shout out to Sarah Garvey. He said, appreciate the work, guys.
All the way from the UK, man. Appreciate it. I see you over there too, man, putting in the work, man. I'll be seeing your content, man. Appreciate what you're doing over there.
Yo, Eli be on it.
Trying, man. Yo, Jonathan, man, like, you can hear us?
Yeah, you just can hear me?
Like,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm in the car. Hoping it ain't too loud, man. I was at my destination right down the street. First, I want to say, man,
we want you to get to your destination safely, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's all we want. Like,
yes, sir. Hands free, baby. Hands free. I'm a hands free. I'm not looking at the screen, by the way. Just keep it wondering. But I just want to shout out y'all boys, man. Y'all have a great show, great content. I love the way y'all approach these topics. Y'all are an example of us being the culture. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when it comes to culture, everybody know that we are the culture, man. We created mostly everything. You know what I'm saying? The young lady came up earlier within that everybody's from West Africa. I can agree and disagree a little bit because when it comes to the foundation of Black Americans, you know, we are made up of people who came on slave ships and some people who were already here, who are reclassified as one group. So that must be understood. So some foundation Black Americans who are descendants of slaves did not come from Africa or the slave ship. Some was already here, and some did. And together we made that one culture because we were all put into slavery. And you have some who were not even slaves. So we have a very diverse culture as Black Americans here, and we're the only people who can make that type of claim. And we had to create something literally out of nothing. You know, I mean, literally out of nothing. So that's just kind of who we are, man. You know, so when it comes to that culture thing and stuff like that, we do have to delineate ourselves now because you know we are fighting for reparations and everything like that. And it's very important that we make a distinction of who we are because far too long we have been embracing everybody. We have been saying, oh, everybody can come in, but we haven't getting that same respect back, right? So the young lady on the show, when she it was easy for her to talk about Black American culture. It was so easy, but as soon as you guys said a little bit about her Haitian culture, it was all that's too far. Oh, y'all just too, you know, it was too far. No, you get the same respect that you give.
And then real quick, prior to that, the whole reason even it got to that point because she tried to say Americans don't know how to fuck or whatever the case is. That's where it got to that even part. So she already tried to shit on Americans by saying we don't know how to fuck because we don't know how to move our hips or whatever the fuck she was saying. So that's when it got to the I can't date you because you're American. Yeah, I need somebody with like you know what I mean. So
yeah, man.
Prior to that, she was already trying to shit on Americans, like you know, Black Americans specifically, like you know what I mean. So
yeah, nobody really wants to. I mean, we ain't here for that, but nobody really wants to smoke when it comes to talking about culture and disrespect because you know when anybody from any country in the diaspora say anything about America, or Black Americans specifically, I always ask, okay, where you from or where your parents from, and wherever country they're from, I say you don't want to go there. You don't want this smoke. You know, because we don't want to go there because the disrespectful thing that we are facing is you have a lot of immigrants come over here and they starting to pop their collar and feel like they big and bad. But my question is like, why haven't you done that in your home country? With respect, if you want to come over here and get money, send it back, all right, cool. But come and show respect. You know, if I'm gonna come to my cousin's house and I'm like, look, y'all nasty over here, well, you can go home and eat. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to come over here. If it's that bad, you don't have to come over here. You know, we shake your hand, you know, we dap it up, but you don't have to come over here. And it gotta be a lot more respect over here because you know our people fought for them for everybody to be here. And we literally built this country from the ground up. And that's what it is. So y'all boys, man, keep defending that culture, man. When y'all up there, man, a lot of people watching. Y'all definitely should link up with Security Tribe on Twitter, man. We be in these Twitter spaces really going hard on this culture thing, man. So y'all should definitely tap in on the Twitter spaces, man. And keep doing what you're doing. I'll land there, man. I know everybody want to get in this thing, but y'all keep doing what you're doing.
Yo, appreciate you. Yo, make sure you get
where
you're going safely, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yo, real quick, he said, oh shit. He said tap in with who on Twitter?
I don't even know, but he probably could. Yeah, if you could hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter because we try and build up our Twitter too. So yeah, hit us up on Twitter, man.
Yeah, man. Let me see what else we got. We got a couple more people's.
Yo, and the Why Eli hashtag Why Eli shirt is at dailyrapupcrew.com.
Yeah, make sure y'all go cop that, man. Make sure y'all support. Yo, we got Keith and Rashad in here, man. I know y'all both some very opinionated people, man. So you know we
got a super chat real quick. It's from Terrell. I can't even find shit. Terrell Xavier. He said culture is not music or dancing. It's only about bringing family together. Black men and women can't even get married. 25% of marriage rate shows no culture.
I mean that depends on what we were the most married, like you get at one point, like you know what I mean. You can't just take the recent history or you know what I mean and then try to be like, oh, that's not culture. We were the most married in this country at one point, Black Americans, like you get what I'm saying. So
but
culture is not music.
Marriage is not specific to one culture, so you can't say because niggas ain't getting married that we're not cultural. Like, come on, man, stop it.
You can't use recent history. You can't use recent history to make that claim.
Why y'all trying to shoot down the ideas? So just give niggas props. We give everybody else props, bro. Just give niggas props at the end of the day, bro. That's it.
You want to know what's funny? I'm pretty sure if we look up the definition of culture, it includes music and dancing.
Of course it does.
Music, dancing, art, language. I don't know what the dude's talking about, bro.
Yeah. I think ultimately, like, culture is something that's kind of all encompassing, even down to like perception. Like, just being a black man says something. That's part of what culture is. People could watch stuff on TV, see what they believe is culture, see you who have never seen what they saw, and they think that you are what they saw on television. You know what I mean? That's basically, what culture is. It encompasses almost everything: music, dancing, how one black man talks to another black man, or down to church, spirituality. It's all encompassing, in my opinion. But yeah, as far as
how you feel when people say Black Americans don't have culture? Like, how does that make you feel?
Truly, I don't feel no kind of way. Like, that's some person with a brain in their mind, that thinks however it does. Like, I can't really change it really for anything. But if I did hear it and somebody said it to me, it wouldn't have no effect, because I know that every day I put in the work to be here, as a 30-year-old black man. You know what I mean? That's an accomplishment in itself. I have an education. I listen to music. I do pretty much all of the things that everybody else does. And I push the limits of my own freedom. So to me, it really means nothing coming from somebody else's mouth, especially if like that person is somebody I deem to be, I guess, I don't want to say inferior in intelligence, but somebody I don't see to, I guess, draw a real comparison to logic.
Yeah.
That's fair. What you think about this topic, Rashad?
So where I live, right, a majority of my friends is like, they coming straight from Africa. They first generation. Sudanese, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Liberian, you feel me? And they used to say that shit to me a lot. Rashad, you have no culture. What is your culture? J's, Jordans, tattoos, going to prison. That's your culture. Yeah. And it's like, I can hear the condescending, but is there some type of that? And I had to start doing like some self-reflecting. Like, what is culture? And then I started looking up Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you feel me, the Black Panthers. I'm like, we had to create our culture literally from nothing. Like, we had to forge something from the scraps that we were given based off of our opportunities in this country. And what we've built off that, like, we got Black American billionaires, bro, like millionaires. Like, you can't tell me that we don't have culture when we can all, like, the Wayans brothers, you feel me? Like, you can't tell me that's not Black culture. Scary Movie, that's not Black culture. What? Like, you're tripping. Obviously, like, we're not seeing the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna actually throw a little shout out to your guy that you just had on. I seen your little podcast because he had mentioned something about subset culture, and I think the idea I got from that was that something I've felt for a long time. I just feel like our culture has been hijacked. And there's like a couple of examples of it that I've seen, and I kind of feel like it works against the positive perceptions that we try to put out there. Like, for example, these things are part of culture, but I just turned on YouTube for the last maybe week or so, past 2 weeks or something. And in the midst of that, me just turning on YouTube, I've seen where we have a politician in Rhode Island, a Black politician in Rhode Island that was twerking for votes. So the reason that's significant is because I have friends that are also African. I talked to a young lady who lives in Nigeria at the moment, and she actually explained to me how when she was going to college or university in the UK, she was at like some kind of party or some sort, and there was like a lot of Asian people, but there was an Asian dude there that was trying to get her to twerk, which she didn't even know what that was at the time. So he had to pull it up on video to show her, and when she saw it, he was like, "You black girl, twerk." She was like, "No, I don't do that." You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like, well, that's what I think the guy I seen your little podcast was getting at, as far as like the subset culture, or like these little differences in our own culture that might separate or make the difference between how we're perceived. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's a Black politician. It takes a lot to become a politician just in general here in America. You being a Black one are gonna go and twerk for votes. How does that make us look good? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then we have another politician by the name of Ketanji Brown Jackson, who, when asked by a white man, what is a woman, she couldn't give an answer. This is a politician. These are people that have higher levels of education that make us look bad. You know what I mean? Then the last example I seen just the other day, a woman by the name of Kiara Bridges. She's a lawyer from California that said men can get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? These are things that are going through the minds and through the screen at people that look like us, that believe in a lot of the things that we believe in, all the positive things that we want to see. But it's like it just is working against each other. If you get what I'm saying.
The lady that was twerking, the politician that was twerking, was she Black American or was she like Caribbean American?
I believe she was Black American. I don't want to be quoted on that because I didn't. To me, it didn't really matter. I see a Black woman just like anybody else.
I think it does matter because again, if she is Caribbean, I would have to do the research. If she is Caribbean and she's twerking for votes, people associate that with Black. So now that becomes, oh well, all Black people do is twerk when she's Caribbean. So nobody's gonna say all Caribbean people do is twerk. They're gonna say all Black people do is twerk. So I think it does matter because when the stats show, the crime rates, it takes into consideration all Blacks. It don't matter if you Black immigrant, if you Black Caribbean, Black African. So there's no separation. You get what I'm saying? So when people come in and make certain negative stereotypes for Black Americans that aren't necessarily, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, it does make us look bad as a whole. You get what I'm saying? So if she's a senator and I don't know if she is, I would have to do my research. And if she's not, then I apologize. But if she is Caribbean American, why aren't people saying, well, that's how Caribbean women act? You get what I'm saying? They're not going to say, they're going to say that's how Black women act. Again, so then again, that's when the haters come and say, well,
exactly.
Is that what your culture is? Just twerking? Is that just gangs and thugs? And like I said, the stats don't take into consideration of, Africans or Caribbean. It's just Black. The stat is just Black. Like, you get what I'm saying? So unfortunately, Black Americans take the heat for it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, she didn't stick her flag into the ground and twerk next to it. You know what I mean? She was twerking for America. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what she was doing. And to even push your point a little bit further, when it gets down to the Black Lives Matter situation, you know what I'm saying? We would think that the Black Lives Matter would, do their due diligence and take care of the community and whatnot. But we come to find out there's nothing but scandal, as it almost always is with a lot of these organizations. You know what I mean? And then you have a Black woman by the name of Candace Owens that has to go and run down the trail to find out, like, oh, who did you guys help? Did you guys do it? But nah, we got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So these are all things that lead into your point. Like you said, we don't know who's Caribbean or African or whatever the case. We just see skin on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So when them people look, me, you, white people, Spanish people look at that screen and see a Black woman twerking, they're not worried about if she's from Uganda. You know what I'm saying? They're not worried about if she's from Zimbabwe. They're not worried about if she's from anywhere else. They just see, oh, she's in America. She's Black. She's twerking. That's all we need to see. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's frustrating because other people, they look at Black people no matter where we're from and they just see Black people. But Black people look at Black people and be like, oh, they gotta be African. Oh, that gotta be American. Oh, that gotta be Caribbean. And we need to stop that shit. If the whole world is seeing us all as Black people except for Black people, bro. Like, why is that?
Yeah, because like I said, Black Lives Matter, it ain't just, oh, Black Americans' lives matter. We fighting for all Black people. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it's just like,
let alone all them niggas that ran into the buildings for Trump. They ain't say, yo, you Irish, you Italian. Them niggas all just went up in there like, what's up?
Exactly, bro. The only label on them is Trump supporters, bro. That's it.
So I mean, I do got a question though, like just in general, because like I feel like it's easy to just tear these things apart. The hard work would be how do we, either rebuild it or just tear it down and build from scratch. What in you guys' opinion would be, I guess, the rolling pin or the rolling ball, I guess, for how we, increase the value of our culture or make our culture better, or like, just see much more fruits of our labors from all the hard work from just the past couple of centuries.
I say we got to value family more. I'm gonna be real.
I like that one. Keep
on it.
Yeah, family is definitely important.
Yeah, I think it starts with family, but it's community too. Like people understand conflict when it comes to like people in their family, like you're saying, or people that But as a community, I think we're the only community that don't stick with each other or don't support each other in what we do. We gotta treat like Dailyrapupcrew.com, we gotta treat that like that's Louis Vuitton, bro. Like if that was Louis, we would have sold out already. You know what I mean? Like, but people don't come and support other black people like how they support white people or other brands that's out there and stuff. Like it comes with supporting each other and coming together. And I like Tupac said, how can you kill me if and not see me as I forgot the line. I don't know. I'm usually going lines, but
Tupac, you can't get
I forgot the line. I'm
usually speaking his head in his grave.
He said that, yo, that's a brother. How can you kill me? And that's a brother. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to see another black man as a brother and not a threat. It got to start with community.
I think. Well, I'll give you. I'm so glad you said that. I can give you a part of culture that I do like when it comes to seeing your brother, somebody that look like you. You ever be walking somewhere, don't know nobody where you at, you just lock eyes with that other brother, you be like, "What's good?" You salute him. You know what I'm saying? That's part of our culture. Like we'll see somebody that's not like a stranger, we'll just lock out. Oh, give him a salute. You know what I'm saying? I see you like, man,
that's a black nigga.
Well, my question is, why does it take for you to be in the middle of nowhere, like in a town where there's a lot of white people? You see that one black person, but when you around mad black people, you're not looking at all these black people like, yo, what's good, my brother? What's good, my sister?
I think that's a New York thing, though. That's a New York thing, King.
So you go these other places, everybody's like, oh, good morning, my brother. Like,
I mean, I've been.
You ain't going to no Atlanta. You ain't going to no Atlanta. Niggas got the stick on them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I've been in the Waffle House and niggas just walked in like morning. You know what I'm saying? Like in Atlanta.
Yeah, true. And we gotta stop the black on black violence, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Yo, but
do y'all think that'll stop though? Black on black violence, like. People only kill people close to them, you feel me? And like to be honest, like I can see it shrinking, like going down, but stopping completely, I don't know.
We gotta stop the senseless black on black violence.
Okay, bet.
You know, only reason why I think it's hard is because we're in poverty. It's it's a million families in one project. You get what I'm saying? It's bound to have sometimes, you know, niggas just wanting to fight somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, once we get to spread out, then that will be the only way we can stop that.
Yeah, I don't personally like violence, especially like when it comes to like older men, because obviously we have greater impact on each other. You know what I'm saying? But you know, between like young adulthood, teenage years, that kind of thing, some of those things could be necessary, like, you know, to help make you and build you into a man.
I could see it. Instead of like these days, I see a lot of young dudes shooting people instead of like shooting a fair one. You know what I mean? Or jumping people and stuff like that. Like back in the day, you should shoot the fair one-on-one. His friend jump in, your friend jump in. You know what I mean? As a 2-on-2, but I don't know. It's no morals. No, I mean,
crime rates are high, man. You could go to Jamaica, the crime rate. You go to Africa, the crime rates are high. Like, you get what I'm saying? So we can associate high crime rates with Black Americans. Like, you go anywhere and see violence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
I wasn't talking directly to crime. I was like violence in general. Like, that could just be a fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking for crime. Crime is going into the store, you know, guns loaded, you know, pointed at people and stuff like that. That's a little different. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like a little bit of, well, I'm not even going to support violence, but just in general, like, I just feel like, you know, you're going to rub shoulders sometimes and it's not going to be good. That could be with anybody, black, white, young, old, yellow. Like, it could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just
another reason why other people from other places like the Caribbeans and Africa, I don't know if they're being taught our culture. Like, we, you know, when they're in their hometowns, aren't they learning about, you know, what happened? Like how Shorty was like, oh, 1940, whatever the case. They're getting taught their history. Like, I mean, nowadays, how much history, Black history, are they teaching in school?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've talked to maybe 2 people from Nigeria. There's a guy. He's like one of the richest people. His name is Dangote or something like that. The person I asked about from Nigeria, I asked them if they know about Dangote. They said no, but they know about Dr. Martin Luther King. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. We got this troll and
what's going on here, man?
Yeah, there's a guy, bro. Yo, but
that's the first time I ever seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, people be wilding, man. Like, yo, But yeah, we appreciate they're gonna keep.
Yeah, man.
Yo, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and calling in, man. We gonna
man. Yo, support to you guys. Don't this right here on these chats. That's hate right there. That's hate. They don't want y'all to get big, man. Don't let that stop y'all. That's hate right there.
I think some nigga just bored, bro. They just want attention. I think they just bored.
Yeah,
do that shit on somebody else. Shit, I can't see it.
Where it's the Lord's Day? It's on a Sunday. What's going on?
Yo, but we appreciate y'all, man. We gonna chop it up with you.
All right, fellas.
Yo,
keep up the good work, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Most definitely. Let me get to the super chats real quick. Yo, what's good with yo?
Yeah, on that note, we gonna have to get the fuck up out of here, man, because that shit is outrageous. Man. Like, yo,
we got some super chats. Montes of Israel, he said, "Can't have marriage without the rules of the Creator of marriage." Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. We got one from Music is Forever. He said, the customs are the social institutions and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social groups. The actual definition of culture.
All right, Webster's Dictionary, like, I mean. Yo, man, before we get up out of here, man, what's the moral of the story, man?
Before we get up out of there, we got more super chats. That's the hold on. Percy said, this is off topic. Ladies, stop the BBLs. We don't like that shit.
Oh man, come on, we gonna leave the ladies alone. But yeah, we don't like that shit. For
all they gonna say is we not doing it for y'all. Like that's all they gonna say.
Yo, Montes in Israel, he preaching tonight, bro.
Yo, it's the Sunday, like that nigga doing
He got his Bible out, man. He said, therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be unto their husbands and everything. We change it if we require it. Okay.
I'll be honest with you. That nigga can send every verse in the Bible right now. If that nigga send a super chat, I'm reading all that shit. Like, yo,
we got Gary Gray. He said only 10% of blacks in the U.S. are immigrants.
That's crazy because I think only like 15% of black people in America is only I think with 15% of the population is 15 or like something like that. Like
we got one from Harry. He said, do y'all see the disconnect with identifying yourselves as Black Americans? I'm Jamaican and it's just Jamaican. Color comes after.
I mean, we've been calling ourselves African Americans, Black Americans. Like, I mean, the term black. I think Black Americans might even started that term because nobody else referred to themselves as black. We the only ones that live in a country that's majority white. You know what I mean? So we had to identify as something. And that may be what the white people was calling us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, America was predominantly white, so we would have to specify what we're talking about. We can't say America's got culture. Like, we're not talking about that.
And I definitely don't see the disconnect you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think we start with the African Americans because people in Africa was like, yo, what part of what you can't just say African, you got to say a specific country or because I'll be honest with you, some Africans don't even. I almost got into a fight. You can ask Keith. We went to the same high school. I almost got into a fight with an African dude because I called him African. It wasn't even like no African booty scratcher. I said he was African. He was Egyptian, and he said, "Yo, I'm not African. I'm Egyptian." I'm just like, bro, what? Like, isn't Egypt on the continent of Africa? Like, I ain't get it. Like, you know, so certain Africans don't even like to be called African. They would rather you identify them with their country of origin. So, you know, we had African Americans. Like, we start with that. Blacks, Moors, foundational black. I don't heard a lot of terms, but I mean, we do got to find a word that we could just use because when it's time to unite, then there's that, you know, discrepancy. Like Black Americans is black or Moors or like, you know what I mean? Foundational black, like, so.
Yeah, we definitely got to specify when we talking about America.
I literally almost got into a fight with a nigga because he was Egyptian and I called him African, bro. Like,
Africa is the example of black people being divided and needing to come together. Like, the example. Like, there's no reason that continent should have.
They divided like a motherfucker out there.
Yeah, how many other countries they got over there?
Yo, the crazy part is we got racism in America. Africa don't got racism, so they invented a form of racism called xenophobia, bro. That means you discriminate against somebody because they from a different country as you. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, what up? We got any more super chats?
Yeah, we got a couple more. That's good. Said it's giving influencer. I'm not sure.
I thought we was leaving that in 2021, man. It's giving. I thought we left that in 2021.
Yo, you brought it back.
Ran that shit to the mud. Eli killed that word.
I blame Eli.
But even the term "it's giving," that's a Black American colloquialism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's from like, come on, bro. Like,
language, man, language. We got how many words that has been created in Black America that you go out of state? Like, I remember when I went on vacation in Barbados, and let's talk about that's cap. That's an American word, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, as big facts, man. Dave Young said, automatic fishing reel. Oh, he more Black inventions. Ice cream mold, printing press, envelope seal. Yeah, okay. Laser fuels, pressure cooker, window cleaner, all created by FBA. Shout out to you, man.
A Black man made peanut butter. And the first Black female billionaire was a woman that made hair products, right?
Sir, what's that? Sir Madam C.J. Walker, I think it was.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey made the peanut butter. I might be a little rusty, but I think I'm out.
Black History Month, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Or we got one from SEP or SEP. He said, before you can come together as a community, you have to respect each other. Unique culture. That's a fact, man.
Agreed.
It all comes with respect, man. Respect is big. You can't build nothing if you ain't got respect for each other, bro. We got another one from. We got a lot of super chats.
Oh, my fault.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah, he had the facts. He had the facts on that one. So
yeah. Check Tariq Nasheed Twitter space and the Black Authority. They're fire. Join them sometimes. Oh, that's the one he was talking about on Twitter.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, we gonna look into that one. We got another one from Tyrell. He said, we have trends which comes from the media. The media is controlled by white liberals, which with a genocentric worldview that hates Black men. That's the culture.
They winning too, because they even got our women against us. Fuck you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. You can't go from the most married in America, Black people being the most married in America, now we arguably the most divisive in America with each other. Like, you know what I mean? So it's systematic, man. Like,
but this is a lot of the reason why people from other countries think Black people don't have culture, or they dislike Black people because of what is portrayed on through media, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what about the ones that's hands and feet? That's our neighbors that's fucking seeing us and mimicking us and still saying the shit. And going back home and saying the shit and making this shit bigger than what it is. Wake your ass up.
Yo, Martin Israel said got $200 worth of scripts on this top, Eli.
I mean, shit. You might have to send that over, man. What's up? Like,
send us the Bible. Send us the Bible. We need that shit.
Yeah, this send us the whole Bible, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, Chanelica said, "Man, that's a unique name, Chanelica." She said, "I get what you're saying, but why, Eli?"
Damn, but why?
Yo, you cop that shirt though, Chanelica? What's up, man? Support.
Chanelica, like, that's a very unique name. That's crazy.
That's very unique, man. I would like to hear the backstory. Montes, yo, shout out to him, man. He gotta be the super chatter of the night, bro. He said, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands, as it fits to the Lord. If she really believes she gonna change, show her the script." Okay.
As soon as that nigga as soon as he sent a super chat, nigga writing another super chat right behind that shit. Like, yeah.
Yo, shout out to
I'm definitely screenshotting this, showing this to my girl.
Yeah, that's the last one.
All right. What's the moral of the story, baby, before we get up out of here? I know we still got some people, but we gonna get up out of here because it's getting tight late. Niggas gotta work tomorrow. So
the moral of the story is, man, have respect for everybody's culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, that's what I said, man.
And educate yourselves on everybody's culture.
Word. And stop trying to bring down other Black people, man. Uplift.
Yeah, everybody. We got to come together as one, man. We all one at the end of the day, and we might not all, get along like one, but shit, we need to. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all ain't already hit the like, matter of fact, oh yeah, my fault. I'm slacking. I do got a preview for y'all for next episode, man.
Oh shit! Don't leave yet. Eli got a preview.
Yeah, I forgot all about that, man.
Why would it be more difficult to date an educated woman? That doesn't even make sense.
Because she's more knowledgeable. Yeah.
It sounds like you just a dumb No, like
She
no.
toxic.
If I'm educated,
Are you wait? First of all, are you educated?
yes.
You seem very much difficult. I'm not gonna lie. And point proven. When educated women say something, they're like, "Oh, I went to college. I know this."
Yo.
Even though they don't know that shit. I'm putting the AC in the window. Oh, you're not supposed to do it like that. How you know?
Yo,
because I went to college.
They be nagging about the simple
You went to college with AC installation?
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's pretty funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that guy. We need to hire that guy for the show, man. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, I think that episode we talking about, if educated women are more difficult to date, and yeah, I make sure y'all tune in for that one. That one's an interesting one, man. It is the old studio. I know somebody be like, "Yo, that's the old studio." We still got a lot of episodes from that studio. Man, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta get them out the way. And we got episodes from the new studio, like, you know what I'm saying? So we trying to get rid of all of those before we get back to the new studio.
Word, big facts, yo. But yo, everybody have a good night, and thanks for watching.